Okay, give us a call. Tell us what it is that is on your mind. 1300 564 652. The Socceroos have had an incredible start to 2015, taking out the Asian Cup Championship for the first time. It was a terrific performance, and I'm delighted to say we have one of the men who was absolutely crucial to that victory, and I refer, of course, to Tim Cahill. Tim is on the line. Tim, good morning, and thank you for giving us a bit of your time.
Pleasure.
Good to talk to you. You're a very rich man now, Tim.
Now I don't understand that question.
Didn't you just sign? Didn't you just sign a $10 million deal with the Chinese club?
I didn't speculate any figures. That's what people have been speculating.
I see. So it's all speculation. Anyway, hopefully you're not short of a dollar, because you've made us very proud with your performance. You're a brilliant athlete. You really are. You've been at it a while now, haven't you? Professionally, I mean.
Yeah, I think 15 years in England and New York for 3 years, and now off to a new adventure in China is fantastic. But internationally, I've enjoyed the game, and I suppose if you're good at what you do, then I think you'll always reap your rewards.
Well, you certainly deserve to reap your rewards, and I think you've deserved it. You've played. How long have you played professionally? I started professionally when I was 17 years old, and now I'm 35. So it's been a hell of a long time, and I want to continue as long as possible. So, international football is something that has been a dream of mine as a kid, and it's something that I've pursued for a while now, and it's been a great career and something that I'm very proud of. Yeah, they tell me that, according to sports people, that soccer is the most demanding of all the games. You extend more effort, more energy playing soccer than you do doing anything else, with one exception, and I think the exception is motocross, motorcycle riding, but apparently soccer really, really takes it out of you.
No, it's an intense sport, I think, especially at the highest level when you're playing international, and, say in the Premier League when you're playing 2 games a week and having to back it up. But sports science has come to the game a lot, and managing loads and training loads and things like that really help when, as you're getting older like I am. So, I think you've got to be mindful of the way you take care of your body and being professional as possible and making sure you stay consistent on the pitch.
Yeah, look, tell me this. I know that you, obviously, to play at your level and to be an athlete at your level, you've got to take care of your body. But does that mean you can never have fun? You can never go out and have a drink, or drink too much or eat too much? You've got to be in control of things all the time?
I feel that it's always great to be in control of things all the time. That way you're the master of your own destiny, and you know exactly where you want to be as a professional athlete. If you want the best out of your body and to be, playing at the highest level, it's always good to, enjoy yourself in moderation. But, my thing is it's exactly for what you want as an individual in your life and how far you want to go. So it's always good to look after yourself, but at the same time, there's a nice line where you can make sure that you have fun with your family and friends as well. So,
and you do that? You go out and have a drink occasionally?
Occasionally, but only at the right times, because, the level of competition that I play at, and especially at my age as I get older, it wouldn't be a lot of times, but it'll be times when it's selected, like after winning the Asia Cup final in Australia, a massive tournament. It's always nice to celebrate that with close friends.
Yeah. So you've got to be a very disciplined person. And given that you started to play when you were very young, did your family instill discipline in you when you were a kid?
Yeah, I think discipline is massively. You thank your parents for the way they bring you up, but then you have to ask yourself if you're willing to take on the sacrifices. And if you play on the world stage, you have no choice, because it's such a ruthless sport that someone else will fill your position just as quick. So if you put in all that effort as a kid, then you don't want to throw it to waste as you get.
Tim, tell me this: how do you feel about the slight tensions rising about Australia's place in the Asian Football Confederation? Have you got an opinion on that?
I think my opinion is that we're the champions of Asia, so we enjoy it. And, obviously, really try and do as best we can as a nation, and that way we can only have positive feedback on the pitch and off it. Let the people make the decisions that they have to make.
Tell me, how can the Socceroos build on their success? They've been tremendously successful, and you've been a major part of that success. But how can you build on it? Can you keep on getting better and better?
I think it's a great start. Winning a trophy at this level, and the first ever trophy for Australia in a tournament, is massive. And now it's momentum. I feel the momentum comes from grassroots and investing into the future of the game and young kids. And obviously, the team's doing really well, and it's got a young squad that's definitely going to, grow as the years go on.
Yeah. When you decide to hang up your boots, you're not planning doing that, I imagine. But when you do decide to hang up your boots, what are you going to do?
I think I'm going to have loads to do, mate. I think for me, I'm lucky that I've got my own clothing range and a lot of business interests that have kept me busy for the last 5 years off the park, even though I'm still a professional. And they're the stuff you plan for, after football life. And it's definitely something that football can't only be the one thing that's your lifetime.
Did you ever think it'd be this good?
It's difficult. I've always felt that I wanted to be a good professional and a good businessman off the park. But I think for me that the main element is how I'm going to change the game at a grassroots level and keep doing the programs that I've been doing the last 7 years in Australia.
Yeah, just back to the alleged $10 million deal. Where do people get figures like that if there's no truth in it?
For me, I don't talk about numbers. I feel I've had big contracts my whole career. So, I just don't like talking about numbers, whether they're real or not real.
Yeah, well, I understand that. I feel exactly the same way that you feel, and I certainly respect that. But it seems that many of the newspapers don't, because they've got you earning $10 million.
Yeah, well, whatever offers I've had, I always keep everything private. And, whether it's true or not, again, like I say, the thing is when you're good at what you do, you'll always get paid. So, you probably know that, being a good radio host.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we can sum it up by saying you're not short of $1.
Well, I just someone that doesn't like to talk about money and focus on what I do on the pitch.
Well, what you do on the pitch is pretty terrific. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're probably the best in the world, and you've been at it for a long time. You've had an amazing career. I saw some of your blokes the other night. They were having a little celebration, being very well behaved, I've got to say. Well,
I think you can only reap the rewards of how hard you work and the effort that you put in. And the boys are a credit to themselves because they're professionals, and you don't go win a championship like we just have and be the champions of Asia if we were going to be unprofessional.
Champions of Asia, I mean, it's a big call. Asia's a lot of people. You've got to be very proud of. We've lost that line. It was shaky at the best of times. I think it's gone. Yeah, sadly it is gone. Tim Cahill, we're almost talking about the success of the Socceroos.
2SM Traffic.
Hey, good morning, Mossman. Arimba Road between Hale and McPherson Street, a fallen telegraph pole still impacting both directions. We get Tarrant Point Road, Parawina Road, an accident there at Caringbah impacting all directions as well. Still quite heavy. The Eastern Distributor there at Moore Park into Darlinghurst for city ballots. Introducing Wet n Wild Sydney's Red Hot Deal. Save up to $30 on a one-day ticket. Pages $49.99 ends soon. Visit wetnwildsydney.com.au.
The new-look Petersham RSL Club has everything you need as an entertainment venue. Great food at sensible prices, a huge variety of entertainment for all ages, monster raffles, all the big screen sports action, and a kids' play area, and much, much more. Visit our website at www.petershamrsl.com.au, then come visit us at Petersham RSL Club, entertaining you always.
A great day on the water is a safe day. Here's Neil from Transport for New South Wales.
Boating at night requires extra care. It's not like driving a car. They have headlights, so you can see where you're going. In a boat, you use your lights to show others where you are. If your lights aren't fitted properly, you can't expect other people to see you. At night, make sure you have the right navigation lights and that they are working properly. If you're the skipper, you're responsible.
A boating safety message from Transport for New South Wales.
2SM endorses the commercial radio codes of practice, which have been registered by the Australian Communications and Media Authority. The codes relate to taste, decency, accuracy and fairness in news and current affairs, advertising Australian music content and complaints handling. Copies of the code are available by contacting 2SM or Commercial Radio Australia on 0292816577 during business hours. If you feel Radio 2SM has breached the codes of practice and you would like to register a complaint, send your complaint in writing to the General Manager of this station.
Do you or someone you know suffer from multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, lymphedema, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, poor balance, or poor mobility? If so, you should try Silver Mink Whole Body Vibration Massage Therapy. With its special spiral vibration, the Silver Mink massager can relieve those chronic aches and pains. To arrange a no-obligation free trial, go to www.saunagem.com.au or phone 9747 2886.
We've all heard the PM talk about how we need to improve productivity to compete. Let me tell you what Finance Easy has done. We have removed all the red tape from getting a loan. We'll lend you money faster with less fuss and at lower than bank interest rates. From a car loan to bridging finance for land development, we've made getting the money quick and easy to improve everybody's productivity. I say let's get on with business. Go to financeeasy.com.au or call 1300 003 003.
John Laws across Australia on 2SM.
Okay, give us a call. Tell us what's on your mind. 1300 564652 is that number that you dial. Shane, are you there?
John, how you going, mate?
Pretty good. What can I do for you, Shane?
Mate, I just ringing. You spoke to Rodney about half an hour ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember Rodney. Nice fella.
Yeah. Nice bloke, mate. I'm actually Rodney's boss. And,
yeah, I beg your pardon.
I'm actually Rodney's boss.
Oh, are you really?
And, mate, you can't get a nicer bloke, and he's one of the best workers. If Australia had more of him, mate, I think we'd be in a good spot. He's one of the best workers you can ask for.
Okay, does he have his ups and downs?
Mate, he's worked with me now for 7 years. I've got to make him take a day off. You know, if he does have his up and downs, he's seen some management he's all right. Like, for 7 years, he never had a sick day. I've got to ask him to take holidays and make him have holidays. He'll give you his last dollar, mate. He's one of them blokes, and he's in pain. You know, if he's whinging or complaining, he just gets down and he just does it, mate. So he's a credit to Australia and what he does, mate. He's unbelievable. So.
Yeah, what a good bloke.
He is, mate. He's one of the best workers. I've got other businesses that say to me, you know, where do you get someone like that? He just, even if he can't run, he runs. He's just non-stop with a cleaning business, and he just doesn't stop, mate. So.
And he doesn't take time away?
No, you know, like I said, the 7 years that I bought the business, he's never had a sick day. There might have been, you know, probably one or two in that 7 years that he had to go and see a doctor, but he's always does his work, always makes the appointments after he's got to, you know, after he finishes work and all that sort of stuff. It's just can't he's the backbone of our business, and he's a credit, mate.
We ought to give him the A for the day by the sound of things.
Oh, well, he gets the A of the day off me all the time, mate. He's part of our family now, and he's a very special man, mate. So,
well, I'll tell you what, he's pretty lucky to have a boss like you.
I heard him ring up. I'm actually travelling back, so he's been back at home looking after the business for me, and I heard him ring, and I thought, geez, I'll pull up on the side of the road and give you a call. I'm only a young bloke. I've been listening to you most of my life since I was a little fella, and I heard Rodney call. I said, I better ring you and let you know how good he is, mate. So.
Okay, that's terrific. That really is good to hear. Listen, I'd like to send a couple of John Laws watches, one for you and one for Rodney. If I send them to you, will you pass one on to Rodney?
Oh, no, that'd be. I'd say he might have a tear in his eye if he's obviously still listening. And that'd be an honour. Okay,
well, I'll send you two watches, one for you because obviously you're a good boss to him and you look after him, and one for him because he's a good, determined Aussie and he's setting a fine example for other Australians.
Oh, thanks very much, though, John. You didn't have to do that, mate.
No, I know I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to do it. And Shane, I'll ask you to hang on. Don't hang up whatever you do, and we'll organise to get the watches. And good on you, Rodney. I think you're a good fellow. We'll give you Rodney the yay for the day.
Yeah,
Okay, he's got it.
Thanks very much, John.
All right, Shane, thanks for the call. Don't hang up. Wait right there, and we'll organise to get the watches to you. Good on you, Rodney. You sound like a pretty good bloke to me. 1300 564 652, our telephone number. If you would like to talk to us, just pick up the phone and dial it. That's pretty easy.
2SM endorses the commercial radio codes of practice, which have been registered by the Australian Communications and Media Authority. The codes relate to taste, decency, accuracy and fairness in news and current affairs, advertising Australian music content and complaints handling. Copies of the code are available by contacting 2SM or Commercial Radio Australia on 0292816577 during business hours. If you feel Radio 2SM has breached the codes of practice and you would like to register a complaint, send your complaint in writing to the General Manager of this station.
Across Australia, you're listening to the John Laws Morning Show on 2SM.
Yeah, look, I'll read this from Lyndall Baxter. Ha, ha, ha. That's a good start, isn't it? To an email. Ha, ha, ha. Good on you, Tim. How many times did Tim Cahill say, I don't want to talk about money? Well, I think he said it once, didn't he? Once. He said it once. And, John, you agreed that you wouldn't either, and yet you kept harking back to it. I didn't hark back to it. I made a joke of it at the end when I said, well, I don't think either of us are short of $1. Isn't that what I said? Yeah, that's what I said. I made a joke of it. Well, yeah, let's forget it. I don't think either of us is short of $1, and he hung up. Bloody rude. And Lyndall Baxter, you're bloody stupid. 1300 564 652, our telephone number. Zoran, are you there?
Hello, John.
Good day, Zoran.
How are you doing?
I'm doing mediocre.
I just listening bit, little Tim, he's like sort of naughty boy,
I don't know that he's a naughty boy. He's not very good on public relations, but who could care?
And thus I have like problem, I always like see some, like when someone not behave good, yeah, I can see it, but I don't see myself,
No, well,
that's I think you're a big problem,
Well, that's true. I have no idea what he said. 1300 564 652. Lee, are you there? Lee?
Hello?
Yes, Lee?
Oh, hey, I'm just ringing up about Tim Cahill.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think it was a bit unfair, John, how you kept asking about money, mate. The guy...
No. Before you go any further, I didn't keep asking about money. I asked about money once, and it's been all over the newspapers. That's been the headlines, the amount he's earning. So obviously I asked about it once, and then later in the interview I said, well, let's forget it, neither of us is short of $1. That's all. And then he hung up. Bloody rude.
By him hanging up on you, I just think that was karma, John. You get what goes around comes around, buddy.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know what you mean by that.
I kind of do believe that, because the way you treat people, John, I know. I quite frankly think you're a cock-fucking cunt.
Oh, charming.
You're pretty rude, John.
Yeah, well, you're an idiot. My God.
I'm an idiot.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? The language that fellow, we dumped it, thank God, but the language that fellow used was just absolutely unbelievable. But we've had him before, this bloke Lee. He's a charming idiot from Byron Bay. Maybe that explains something.